When the nation speaks, the roundtable listen, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most, live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists, Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jai Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the Roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday, only on Wiz TV Live. The Roundtable, where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the Roundtable listen, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most, live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The Roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists, Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jai Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the Roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday, only on Wiz TV Live. The Roundtable, where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the Roundtable listen, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most, live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The Roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists, Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jai Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the Roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday, only on Wiz TV Live. The Roundtable, where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the Roundtable listen, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most, live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The Roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists, Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jai Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the Roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday, only on Wiz TV Live. The Roundtable, where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the Roundtable listen, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most, live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The Roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions.
Does I explain how they feel seeing the first overpass bridge being groundbreak today? How are you, Chief? What's your name? You live around here?
Yeah, I live in Fairford.
Been observing the demolition exercise of houses around your area, and today the president will break ground of the first overpass bridge. After that, Brain, how do you feel?
I'm very, very impressed of the project because it will help our brother ease the traffic.
You want to help ease the traffic?
Yeah.
So what can you say to the president and those who are crying for their house that are very damaged?
No, what I can say to the president, he just need to focus. The issue of Liberia is not need to have soft mind. He has to focus, have the manner. What you come to do, do it. It's better when you leave, let people praise you. And to focus on criticism, just focus on what you want to do.
What could you say to people who are criticizing this project and the government as well?
I just wanted to be patient, man. After they say they will see a hand mark because government is not something that you can just come and then start running with projects. Are plans and also money spending.
Project should last for 2 years, and if not deliver within the 2 years, could you feel discouraged as a Liberian?
No, because the first of all, it's a donor. It's not our own money. So we just pay and then continue talking to our partner that are helping us to face our air bridge.
Thank you so much.
Your name? Fanny Smith.
And I know that you read and comprehend very well as it is. So I was never accused of assault. They really accused me that I asked her to kiss me, and she said that based on the request, she see me as a father figure and left. Be specific, Stanton. It has to do with people's reputation.
So I would agree with your clarity, Ambassador. Let's agree with what you just said. But based on those allegations, do you think the president should have suspended you?
Suspending on what?
Based on her allegation that you attempted to kiss her, she felt uncomfortable and she left. It put you in a position. It put you in a position. It put the state, it put the country in a position that our ambassador attempted to kiss a lady and make her uncomfortable, and she walked off. Do you think then President George Manneh Weah should have suspended you?
Stanton, you have to be genuine and sincere. It brought on my character and on my reputation. So you were never told, I was never accused of attempting to kiss. You have the communication. I was accused of asking someone to kiss me, which is even not true. So when you're speaking and asking, speak to the specific. You have it in black and white in your possession. The accusation is that I asked somebody to kiss me. I was not accused of attempting to kiss somebody.
So you were accused of asking. You were accused of asking. You were accused of asking for a kiss. You were accused that you asked her to kiss her. You were accused that you asked her to kiss you. Do you think then, based on the international concern and these allegations that she brought forth, President George Manneh Weah then should have suspended you pending the investigation?
With international concern.
All right, Ambassador, that's okay. Thank you very much.
No, but you know that, you see, Stanton, you are in America under no condition that if the United States government had any semblance or clue that the false allegation against me were true, I will never even come even close to the President of the United States. Let alone shaking his hand and being in
wait, so we're going to have you another time. I respect your time, D-Max time, and you're foreign minister. Yes, sir.
Let me land on the please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was never even being allowed to go to the White House. I was never even.
So, yesterday the police had a press conference calling on the public to be very calm as they go into this case. The government is also according on the U.S. ambassador to come in with independent DNA test. Why can't you wait on the government?
We cannot wait because the police have not taken the same stand when it comes to other people or when it was about other rape suspects. Their families and who can attest that their sons and brothers are in South Beach today just based on rape allegations. So why is the police asking for DNA, asking for patients? This incident occurred since August 30th. Today is September 18th. You should also join in asking why the delay. On August 14th last month, I ensured one massacre who raped a 14-year-old girl went to South Beach. On August 15th last month, I ensured a Harris who raped a young lady went to South Beach. So they didn't ask me. But obviously, we're at the same state. No, that's somebody there.
So today said, folks, good morning, good afternoon, whatsoever you are joining us from. Today Swiss TV coming to you live from the just opposite the Labrador National Police headquarters here in Monrovia, where some Labradorians women have come and gathered to say let the law take its course against raping Labrador, as the government insists that there should be an investigation, there should be a DNA test to notify whether the allegation laid against the Deputy Youth and Sport Minister, Mr. Brian Mankio, is actually falling. So today said we are here, but the police are not allowing the protesters to stand to the proper place. But today said we are here, and they are seeking here for justice here at the headquarters of the Labrador National Police. That's just opposite the headquarters of the Labrador National Police. So today is Swiss TV, whatsoever you are joining us from. Keep watching as we are here to bring you all of the happiness here.
But the president of the Republic apparently suspended this individual.
It doesn't matter. For me, I think if you ask me, the suspension is more like confirmation why the whole arrest is being delayed. Because evidence confirmed that the Deputy Minister for Youth Development allegedly raped somebody. He's a rape suspect. He should be behind bars, and he should not have the privilege of still serving as a governmental employee.
So why can't you wait for the DNA result first before coming out?
Because they have never DNA result for other suspects. So this is not only about J. Brian McGill, it is about the injustice that has been done to other males who are behind bars and not gotten justice.
Yes, I say for you. Then your own safety to control nation. Please say your own safety to
When you asked me this morning, I told you that I came to the police. You sent me for the police.
I'm appealing to you.
We went to that place.
You can still let that run impede the car. You can try to manage.
Please.
No, but you don't want to come here. I wasn't here. I was over there.
Move on the sidewalk. Move on the road.
But the police told me to come on the road. They don't told me to come on the sidewalk. They said go on the road.
You need to have a very decent press conference with the press.
Yeah,
so what you do, they play is not safe.
They play not safe.
You are the one who told me to come here. Everybody is watching. You are the one who told me to come here. I was standing over there. Officer, you told me to come here. The road.
So just as you can see, the officers are insisting that the protesters should leave the main road, but it is a protest, but we cannot decide when. And then the protesters themselves stood right before the headquarters of the Labrador National Police, but they were thrown away. They was also asked to cross the road and have come opposite the road, and here they are again, and they are insisting them to leave the entrance. So this is the stance where we are as the police instructed the protesters or those who came to follow up on the rape issue against Deputy Youth and Sport Minister Brian McGill, have been asked to cross the road instead of standing before the headquarters of the Labrador National Police, and they are here again, but the police are also insisting that they shouldn't stand to where they are again. So that is the situation that is here at the headquarters of the Labrador National Police, and this understanding has led to this. So
Drive to the DA office.
carrying the drugs to the DEA office. A big thanks to Commander Koroma and his team, saying no to drugs. Okay, the Kapao, eh? Okay. Oh, okay. As you can see, Kapao, the Kapao, they are with us. Okay, the Kapao are there too. As you can see, Kapao. This is the Kapao. The Kapao, the police, they are, the people are happy. The people are happy, as you can see. They are happy saying no to drugs. They are happily saying no to drugs. They are saying no to drugs. There is a bigger bravo to Commander Abdullahi Koroma. A bigger thanks to Commander Abdullahi Koroma and his team. Say no to drugs. 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 Follow the page. Follow the page for more information about drugs. The Kapao, the LDEA, the police, they are.
So let me say that welcome back to Waze TV. We are coming to you now from the office of the Labrador Drug Enforcement Agency here in Matali. That's Elfie, where this drugs this narcotic substance called marijuana that was turned over to the Labrador Drugs Enforcement Agency by the LMP. There at the Labrador National Police Headquarters have been safety brought here by the LDE officers for storage. So we did a follow-up to see how this process is going to begin. So we are here. Keep watching this TV. My name is Francis Bole. I'm here. Many things to be. That's the LMP for the initiative taken so far. This drug was actually arrested somewhere around the Pinsville, Nizo, the James David Black Factory, where this substance was arrested 2 nights ago at the hour of 9 p.m. 9 p.m. There around the James David Black Factory. That's the OR seat of the Red Drugs Enforcement Agency.
Thank you again. We have the OR seat there. We will also deal to talk to you people. It is present in our possession, and we are going to take it to our warehouse now for storage. We'll let you know at a later date who will be able to wind it up to the area where they can see it. Okay, so meanwhile, as I told you at the police headquarters, our intelligence are all now to know exactly who are the culprits, the perpetrators. And when we get the information on their arrest, we have to inform you too so that you will get the arrest. Thank you very much.
Like we said, we are fighting against drugs. We're not just targeting the user, we're targeting the traffickers. Our intelligence network is strong. And we are out there. We go after the traffickers, go after the dealers, and we dismantle their network. We have a very robust team now and ready to serve with sessions and with integrity. So again, we are asking the community to support us in the fight. And there's a joint security effort, as you be aware, this was arrested by the Labrador National Police. So we are moving with integration, and we are moving with all law enforcement institutions. This is not just LDEA. We are getting support from the Labrador Immigration Service, from the Labrador National Police, from the customs, from the ARA, from the fire service. We are getting support for even the community, even the motorcyclists are prepared to support us in this fight. So we are asking the media community to also join us in this fight. So I want to say thank you for coming, and we are not sleeping. We are awake.
Now they end the rescue and the rescue of the price is very increasing.
So
nothing dropping.
So but then why you voted for why you voted for rescue?
I voted for change. You are not seeing the change.
But if you say you voted for change, during Joe Weirton, you was buying Buddha for sorry, don't cry. Sorry, don't cry, baby.
I tell you 40,000 trouble.
I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause no more food.
More, cause no more food and no more money. Let's say good evening and welcome to the round table. Tonight is fascinating. We have great discussions point. Today is September 18, 2025, and my name is William McGill. It's a pleasure to be on here this Thursday to come and discuss issues that matter the most to our country, Liberia, and our people as a whole. Again, I'd like to say welcome to all of our viewers. If you're there watching us, we hope you participate with your comments, your calls, and your questions as well, as we'll talk about most of these things. Let me say good evening to you, Mr. Abu. Welcome to this week final presentation of the Roundtable.
Good evening, Willem. I hope you had a very good day there in Monrovia, because Monrovia continues to be covered with a lot of information and a lot of investigation and new developments on a daily basis in our dear country. For tonight, this is Waves TV, and my name is Samuel Abu. We're going to be bringing you our views and discussing some of the things that have appeared on the newsstand, the comments that have been made by the people who make the news, and even the people who follow the news and what they say. My name is Samuel Abu, and again, I hope you will stay there. I see Montgomery Sa is watching, and all of you who are out there viewing tonight, I hope you come and stay with us. Let's talk about these drugs. Let's talk about the alleged rape case. Let's talk about anything that matters to you. We will post the number up, and you'll be asked to call if you want to join in the conversation. And this is Waves TV. We are always around your corner. We have your reporters out there in Monrovia. They are everywhere. You see them with the best Waves TV. And also here in America, the Waves TV, we follow events. We cover let's say graduations. We will also be covering the diaspora conference here in America, and we'll be following on the activities of the President of the Republic of Liberia to see how we can bring you live some of the programs. This is Waves TV, and now we can kick off. Willem, I listen to you. And now we can kick off. Willem, I listen to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abu. And on tonight's presentation, we basically going to look at the drug situation. Today we witness over 3 pickups loaded with huge quantity of narcotic substance across the country. I'm hoping to get Francis on. Francis from Waves TV was one person who followed the situation closely, and maybe via WhatsApp he can be able to join us and just give us his own little knowledge about what he saw and how was it like today. We're going to talk about that, giving our own view and what we think about the situation. We're also going to talk about the rape situation with former Minister Brian McGill. We saw that the Liberian leader suspended him pending investigation concerning the rape situation that is being alleged on him. And we saw a group of women coming out in the street. I don't know if this is timely or belated, but we saw a group of women coming out in the street to call on the Liberia National Police to be swift to be fast and go about investigating this situation instead of treating it like, like they say, it's not an ordinary case, treating it like not, an ordinary case. So meaning the justice system do have, spaces for certain group of people in society. Ordinary people are treated the ordinary way, and people in government are treated the governmental way when it comes to committing crimes in our country. Not to say much, Mr. Abu, I don't know if you won't mind that we take Francis to give us a little tips and his own explanation while we talk about these situations.
Oh, sure. Francis can come on. Is he ready to come on now, or?
Yeah, let me call him. But you can just be
in the meantime, while you're talking, let me just start talking about this alleged statutory rape case against our suspended Deputy Minister of Youth and Sport, Mr. Brian McGill. I'm no longer going to call him Honorable McGill. He's Brian McGill, suspended. You see, sometimes we were coming way back, we saw the adages that said, justice delayed is justice denied. So most of the people are thinking that the police is delaying some things, but the police may be out of control of what has been happening, and most of the evidence would have been destroyed or taken out of context. Let's imagine it happened since the 15th of August, and today is the 18th of September. And the police must be very conversant that people are aware this is a very porous society we have in Liberia at this time. Do not think that because we are not seeing us shooting gun at each other, many things have been happening. You can create emotions and make people to start going into what they used to do better. Now, at this point, the population is asking why Brian McGill is not being arrested. Now, I do not even know, because we start from the beginning. The Minister of Youth and Sport, I understand, the father of the victim works with that ministry. And when Brian McGill's name was mentioned by the little girl in suspicion, I think the man, because he works in the ministry and Brian McGill works there too, so he decided to take this case up with the minister, Kobangalu. Kobangalu, he had no reason to have gone into this case even because it's a criminal case. Despite the position that Brian McGill holds in the ministry, he did not have to investigate. He just needed to have an initial hearing of it and invite the police to come in to hear. He did not even have to go to the gender ministry. That's not his business. And he went so far, and I still believe that he erred, and he as a lawyer, he will have to explain to the president why he accepted a letter from Brian McGill asking for leave of absence. Is he the one who employed McGill that he has to accept a leave of absence in the absence of the president who appointed him? He decided to accept that and allowed himself to go into the case. Now, sometime in late August, we saw after the case came out in the media, we saw the gender ministry came out with a very long press release, and all they were saying, they are not going to allow this to happen. Rape is not going to be an easy case. It's an unbearable offense, and all of these they said, just to tell us what their statutory responsibility is. That's all was in our press conference, was in our press statement from the gender ministry. And later, just on this few days ago, we heard the Assistant Commissioner of Police for Gender or Child Affairs or Social Welfare. She came on and told us also that Mr. McGill was cooperating with the investigation, and at the same time, since McGill is cooperating, she told us that the police were officially informed on the 30th of August. Why all that long time? 15 days when this thing had happened. Did you have to do Did you have to do any investigation, Mr. Kobangalu? You were only to hear it and forward it. This is a criminal offense. Okay, that's a suspicion. We do agree. You have given enough time for any evidence to be erased. Now, because of that delay you made, the police is kind of handicapped to be able to present a case to say to arrest Brian McGill, because once you announce the arrest of Brian McGill, you are given 48 hours to be able to present him to court and have him charged, and you have him charged in 48 hours and presented to court. So if all of these evidence have been maybe destroyed, yesterday on the 18th, on the 17th, we heard the police IG come out, and he also had that frivolous explanation how they have to ask the U.S. Embassy to help in forensic. I don't know whether it's DNA they want to do, and they are still looking at the CCTV. I don't know whether they have CCTV in Brian McGill's office or in his car or even in his home, which of the CCTVs they are watching. And then at the same time, he did admit that there is a prima facie, and it has been established. I still have that recording that it has been established that the minor was tampered with. Okay, once he was tampered with, whether it was McGill is what they have to establish. He even also said that they have contacted the court. They were seeking the court to give them permission so that they could go into communication gadgets or any appliances or devices, either held by Mr. McGill or held by the minor. These are all ways of wasting time. And I know the police hands are tied because most of these evidences have been cleared. Because McGill will come up with lawyers who will come and be asking for all of this. You have my client and you do not have this evidence. You do not have this evidence. But looking at the vulnerability of the Liberian people at this time, you saw today people went and protested at the police station. While they were protesting, I saw them pushing them. They must go all the way across the road. They did not come across the road. They came to the police station so police can hear their voice. I think because it is the police that is constantly in recent times delaying or refusing to respond appropriately or swiftly for incidents that affect the population, because they are either delaying, refusing, or not at all paying attention to it. I think since we always expect people to come and protest in the police station, and the police station is the one that all of these things are going, I think within that little space there, the police station must establish a place, maybe either the parking lot as a place for people to go and protest, because protests are going to come every day. You can't be sending people back in the street and tell them go in the street and go, you can't be here, you are disturbing and this and that, and send them back in the street and tell them to go across the road. All this said, we are also saying that you, Mr. Police Director or Police IG, you have to be very conversant with the kind of population we're dealing with. We know there are many new things that are happening today that are not part of the laws we have. Most of the laws are just inferment of what is happening today in the system, and you try to see whether you can apply one in the case of this. But technically, most of them need to be repealed. Some of them need to be amended, to be able to meet today's thing. Now, while you are still delaying, the people are still out there and saying, the president, knowing very well the vulnerability of this system that we are running in Liberia, and also knowing the expectation of the Liberian people, you see everybody come out. If you go on the social media today, almost about 10, 15, 20, everybody comes out. Why is this minister not arrested yet? Why is he not arrested yet? Mr. Police Director, just come out and say something about arrest, or tell us he is in your custody. He could be in your custody, but if you allow Brian McGill to go out in the streets, to go and be coming in, as much as you said he's cooperating, we agree. The same thing, I am not inciting. Again, I am not inciting. How sure are you that this population will not jump up tomorrow morning and just gather in front of Brian McGill's house, thinking that he is there, and they carry on some massive destruction or do something that will not even be able to support what the case that Mr. McGill is today, completely unrelated to it, looking at the population that we are living with today. You can imagine what happened at the Capitol building, where one group goes and say they can sit under another group. All the people had to do was to go, well, we'll burn this whole place. So you're not going to sit down there, we'll burn the place. And they burn the Capitol building. You look at these things, based on all of these things, you have to understand the population that we are dealing with today and be able to be swift in removing some of these suspicions and trying to meet some expectations of the people. We understand that you are professional. Being professional, we know right now from my own thinking, the president has suspended him. I don't know whether you are still holding on with him because he's a government official. You can't grab him and put him in jail because the president has appointed him so he'll be man. No, if that's what you're waiting for, then you are wrong. Except you can tell us that you are embarrassed that the way the case started, many things we consider as evidence, as prima facie, have been destroyed. You cannot say you want to take a DNA because the minor that the thing happened on the 15th. Maybe the parents did not even suspect that until maybe 2-3 days later, based on the change in her behavior. Then they suspected that something has happened to her, and they went and decided at that time whatever clothes she wore, whatever material she had on has already been removed and maybe laundered. And Mr. McGill, whatever he did, if only he ever tampered with her, everything he would have done. And from the time the thing happened, Mr. McGill has been going up and down with his telephone, and other people have his telephone. Then you are telling us that, you want the court to give you permission so you can go to Lone Star, or you can go to, how to call the other place, Orange, so that you'll be able to go into the system to see whether there were communications between the minor and Mr. McGill, because those are regular things that will happen. But Mr. Police Director, this case is a very sticky case. We understand how embarrassed you are, so you have to get yourself out of this jam. You got to get yourself out of this jam before the president decides to dismiss Mr. McGill. Because knowing that statutory rape is an unbearable offense, it's criminal in nature. If this was which everybody is saying, if this was Mr. Joe Blow down in West Point or New Croton or Painesville that committed this crime, that was alleged and accused of committing this act, the population was going to be behind them. Police was going to be protecting them until they put that person in jail from West Point or New Croton the next day, or the very evening they will bring them over to Central. Central will process that case and go. They are not going to talk about DNA. They're not going to be talking about this and this and this. And some people are behind the bars today based on those allegations, waiting for court trial. So why can't you in any way, based on the probable cause, that you should be able to establish something to say that you do have a crime, that you indeed have a crime that was allegedly committed, and there is a need for it to go to court? Because if you cannot handle it, then push it forward to the court based on your own profession. I think that's what I have to say to it today.
That is great. And let's see if we can get Francis Collet, and once we get Francis, then we can go in depth with all the discussions point here tonight. But while I'm trying to connect Francis, I would say the issue of this situation, I think, is actually something that, like you said, we have Francis on the line. Let me see. Good evening, Francis, and welcome to the roundtable.
Francis is not audible. We can't hear him.
I'm hearing you.
All right, go ahead, Francis. So I'm saying, right? Hello, Mr. Abu?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So, Francis, you've been able to witness the situation at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police that has to do with the issue of drug. How was it like, and what's the information you gather while covering that situation?
So, thank you very much. So, on today, we were told by colleagues, because we were around the headquarters of the Liberia National Police, and then right after the protest by the concerned women who went to protest that justice should be served on behalf of the 14-year-old girl that was attempted by the allegation on Mr. Brian Michael, Deputy Youth and Sport Minister. So right after that protest or the concern by the citizens or the women, so we were once called again at the headquarters itself that a drugs was arrested 2 nights ago. So meaning on today, it having to be like on Tuesday, that drugs was arrested somewhere around the Nizo community in Pinsville, around the James David Black Factory. But the most frustrating part that we were told about the drugs that was arrested was that there was no suspect caught in the process.
At the time, right? At the time, right?
At the time, because the drugs was arrested by the Liberia National Police. It was not the LDA. It was arrested by the Liberia National Police. But according to the Liberia National Police spokesperson, Madam Cecilia Clark, she said, according to the men that were on the raiding team at that night, around 9 p.m., the drugs was only displayed, but no suspect was arrested. Even a vehicle that was the drugs was uploaded from, it was not on the scene. So everyone flew the scene upon the arrival of the Liberia National Police. And that drugs was packed and then taken to the headquarters of the Liberia National Police, and it was turned over to the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency today at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police.
You were able to go at the headquarters of the LDA. What did the officer in charge say in terms of this huge quantity of drug that was being seized?
So the drugs that was seized, when we follow up at the head office of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, the officer in charge, that's the OIC, Mr. Bavo, said that they are doing all necessary investigation to bring those that are responsible of that particular drugs to actions. That actions will be taken against them, but they are doing all necessary investigation by their technical team who are responsible to do that investigation.
Okay. Mr. Abu, do you have anything to say to Francis?
Yes.
Well, just before, I really wanted to listen directly to what that police officer or what they, because he is like quoting him, but we have him here directly on tape that he should be able to say so we can hear exactly and look at the implications. Because all of the time, this whole drug business they are talking, we can say they are just talking drug arrested, drug arrested, drug arrested. But what specific substances are these? Because in the Liberia market, we hear people talking about marijuana, we hear people talking about kush, we hear people talking about tramadol, but what particular drugs are they really collecting? Did they say any of those things? Francis, are you there?
Yes, sir. So,
yes,
I'm hearing you. So for today's drugs that was arrested, it was actually a marijuana. It was a compressed marijuana, and the marijuana, when it is compressed, they refer to it as a plate. So those plates were counted, and it were 126 pieces of compressed marijuana in. Let's say that was arrested around the Jigodan Nizo community, and then if you do the calculation, they try to weigh it, and they said one of those plates weighed 8 grams. And then they did the calculation a worth around $9,576 United States dollars, because that is the wholesale price, because it did not reach the market for retailers. So each plate of that, the calculation was done, and then the conversion came to like but came to $9,576 US. So each unit was valued at 76 United States dollars, according to Ernest Tappe, Deputy Director for Administration. The suspect flew the scene before the officers arrived. So that was it. And because they said the drugs did not enter the general market, so they couldn't give the retail price. But in United States dollars, it came to $576. And then if you do all necessary calculations in LD, it came to that was $1,736, according to the LDEA assisting officers in charge. That's Mr. Tappe there at the Liberia National Police Headquarters on today. So that was what we gathered, but we tried placing some strategic questions, but then it were like answer based on I don't really know, because the fact that we were told the drugs was arrested, but how did the drugs was displayed and then everyone just flew the scene at that particular time? But those questions were answered, just to make it rapid, but it was not to the satisfaction of the media. Some media colleagues had some corroborate. It was at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police, and those questions were not answered properly.
Okay, Francis, thank you so much. I think, Mr. Abu, we can play the OIC and then we come into to this.
Yeah, play the OIC. Play the OIC.
Okay.
Like we said, we are fighting against drugs. We're not just targeting the user, we're targeting the traffickers. Our intelligence network is strong. And we are out there. We go after the traffickers, go after the dealers, and we dismantle their network. We have a very robust team now and ready to serve with sections and with integrity. So again, we are asking the communities to support us in the fight. And there's a joint security effort, as you be aware, this was arrested by the Liberia National Police. So we are moving with integration, and we are moving with all law enforcement institutions. This is not just LDA. We are getting support from the Liberia Immigration Service, from the Liberia National Police, from the Customs, from the ARA, from the Fire Service. We are getting support from even the community. Even the motorcyclists are prepared to support us in this fight. So we are asking the media community to also join us in this fight. So I want to say thank you for coming. And we are not sleeping. We are awake. The child who said the man will not sleep, the child will not sleep. We are in it. And we are going after them. And we'll weed them out of Liberia. Thank you.
So also I'm the virus report for DNS Liberia. You so far since taking over as officer in charge of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Do you think that the agency is so much challenged in terms of manpower and logistics to combating those drug traffickers?
The law enforcement sector in Liberia, in Niger LDA, we will not get 1,000 or 100% of what we want, but I can tell you that we are there, we are reaching there. The government of Liberia is supporting us in every means and bounds to ensure that we go after traffickers. We have resources available at our disposal to ensure that we have this mission accomplished.
Yeah, I'm Joseph Sally and I report for Lata. Since you're a senator at OIC, within a short period of time, can you give a raw data how many huge consumption of drugs that you have seen?
The data will be available to the media and to the Liberian people and to the public as they conclude this week.
I'm aggressive on the focus on Liberia. The Liberia will also talk about these consignment might likely be coming from a neighboring country. That shows that our borders points are not starting enough. What are you doing to work in line with the Liberian Immigration Service to starting our border patrol?
We're getting additional resources from the government, and by next week, will be providing additional support to the Bolo communities in Liberia. And the air and sea Bolos will also be providing additional support.
So just a follow-up, do you feel that you have a manpower to combat justice?
We have adequate manpower, we have the personnel, we have the ability, we have the agility to respond.
Okay, I'm Enoch from Liberia Matters. If you are saying that you have enough manpower at the border, or the manpower at the border, are you then giving search warrant to search every vehicle that will enter the country? If so, then what are you doing towards it?
We did not say we don't have enough manpower at the border. We say we'll provide additional support at the bordering communities. We have the adequate personnel, we have the ability to respond, we have the ability to deal, and we are asking the communities to join us in the fight. We are asking all Liberians to join us in this fight, because these things happen within the community. That the table we have, the Liberia National Police have to arrest these concerning on drugs. They have the table for a community member.
So yesterday, your team met with the Senate Committee Chair on Defense and Intelligence. You care to tell us the outcome of that meeting yesterday?
It's still classified that we ready with declassified information for the public.
So one of the issues he raised yesterday about making you to receive $10 million in the next budget year. Because
I don't have access to that information as of today.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was a first of the.
Yes.
So he's the ORC, Mr. Abu, and we listen to him. And quickly before you come in, one thing I can say about the fight against drug, Mr. Abu, is something that we will continue to fight. And what I can say as well is, I was able to speak to someone, an anonymous person who worked hard in this same LDA, been assigned at the border. And this individual, through a lecture, said, the drug situation in Liberia is a real tough game. And some of these guys that are assigned at the border, I even pay to allow these things come into the country, where I even checking them, because it's the function and work of the LDA to be able to check every vehicles, every person, every bags that are coming to the country. And a lot needs to be done, because we can be fighting drug. We get the same people in the sector supporting these same people that bring in the substance in the country. But again, I don't know how it play well with the kind of huge quantity they seize. We hope that they continue to seize these things, and those found guilty or found with these substances coming into our country can be able to, serve the right penalty that is within the law. And also the DA should be able to give a clear picture in time, because these are relevant information that the public needs to get. It needs to be understood by the public as to how they are going about fighting drug, the kind of drugs that are coming in Liberia, with the exception of we having spark and that's the same push, I guess. We have marijuana, we have tramadol and whatever.
That could be just the surface of it, but it's kind of deeper than what you really know. What is happening is that these drugs have been in Liberia all the time. How come the other groups never discovered these drugs? These people came and campaigned here. A huge campaign was set up, and right after the campaign, communities started going about. The campaign itself started. The campaign broke down when the officials or the organizers started having their own conflict about who leads and what they should do and all the kind of thing. They started politicizing it. And now the new OIC that was appointed, I respect him a whole lot. But there is something I keep seeing in him. Even the interview he just had, he spoke like somebody speaking from the side of his mouth. That is, he knows something and he doesn't want to reveal it. We know that's not so much a professionalism. It's not professional matter, but he knows it. Because the first thing when he got in, he started acting that he wanted to collaborate with the ERU and the PSU and the ERU and this and that. Those are the elite police group. He wanted to remain them. So I felt that he was not up to the task, and because sometimes You say the vibe people can say, or my cultural people can say, the eyeball doesn't tote low, but when the load is heavy, they can know it ahead of time. You tell them, pick you tell you, they just look at it and say, no, I'm able to. So when you look at those things, he sees this as a very big challenge on him. First of all, he has been an insider from the police. They know the people who are doing the thing. He knows who are bringing the thing. So what is happening now is that if you can just catalog it for the last 3, 4, 5 days, you had a huge quantity. The one we just saw from Painesville, Nizo community. We had another quantity that came the other day, I think from Greenville, somewhere we saw there in Greenville. We had another quantity at district number 17 today, somewhere around Jatono town. So many bags, so many bags, so many bags. And, you know, funnily for that matter, somewhere the one in Nizo may have been the police, it may have been the LTA people or the security people. If you guys don't put it in out, we'll arrest you and disgrace you. You don't put it out, we'll arrest you. Up to now, they tell you, they say they didn't arrest anybody for that case. The people abandoned it and left. It may have been an organized thing. You know, there's our OIC, he knows too many things. Because just coming in, he has just arrested. Can you imagine the quantity today? I saw on tape the one from District 17. They were more than almost about 50, 60 bags or boxes of substance that they arrested. I think almost about 3 pickups filled to move from the location. I think they said one Muhammad Ishmael was the one. We saw a DA man there by the name of Moba Akoi, and they said one, what's the name? Abdullah Kroma is the commander. The other guy, he was boasting that if they give them the chance, they will arrest all of these groups. But knowing all of this, you know, he's trying to get brave a little bit, but from the first day he took over, I felt that there is something that he knows he doesn't really want to reveal, and he doesn't want to tell the president that he's not able to this job. You know, so he continues to say his friends are there pushing him. But some of these people are the same people involved. So I always want to recommend, even to the president, that the head of DEA shouldn't have only been a security person. Let that person be somebody outside the security, somebody that we can vouch for, an administrator or a manager who can manage the police. They don't have to be police. Lawyers can do that, you know. But they will always see this, you know, as their battle fraternity brothers, and they would never do these things. Now, if all of these drugs are coming out, I am looking at it as an organized thing. Look, my man, we know that you're doing this thing. The one you got there, if you don't put it out, we're going to disgrace you, because someone told you, I think before this, a highly placed person in the LGEA said that they have a lot of big hands into this drug trafficking into Liberia. And understanding this, most of the drugs that are coming into Liberia, some of them are in transshipment. Because like that one they took out today from that place, I just feel that one is like in transshipment. Because some of the drugs coming from South America, from Colombia and other places, they want to ship it to Europe. They will decide to pass it through a small country like Liberia, where there is somebody there who receives it and further ship it, you know, as cargo. They collect it and they rebag it, and they send it as cargo coming from Liberia, so it will not be suspected that this drug is coming from South America or from other places. So most of these drugs are just slipping out. The ones that they are using in Liberia are the ones that are slipping out, okay? So based on this, I understand he went to the Senate committee, and I think they promised him that they are going to give 17 pickups for the operation. That's why he's talking about, he said, I don't want to talk it now, you know. They will give him 17 pickups that he's supposed to use for operation. Now he's saying that they are limited. Now, if they are limited in resources, in fighting drugs, and they are doing this in such a short time, they are recovering this quantity and this amount of drug at this time in Liberia. What happens now if they are given vehicles? Sometimes they'll be the same one that will use the vehicles to move them around. But because they are working now, So they are able to get this. Again, he said he needs more manpower. This is the guy who reported to the Senate Committee on Security, Defense, and Intelligence that he has 1,000 personnel who have been working for nearly 10 years and their name not on the payroll. How have these people been surviving? How have they been surviving? So it became a network of people who work in LDEA and the security, the police, immigration, and the other people who have been into it. If we continue to say that we are only going to have the police investigating one another, we are not going to get to the core of this thing. Because if we have a team of not all police, we have lower ranking people and few mid-class security working under the guidance of highly placed administrators and politicians. They'll be able to fight this case because there's like a network. Because when they are crossing the border, he did call LRA. When they are crossing the border, somebody comes in with all of these bicycles from Cote d'Ivoire, from Sierra Leone, from Guinea. They come, oh, that's all tomato we got in there. You know, they give them the fake name. LRA looks at a long time and charge them and clear them to go. You know, the immigration are there. They all have eyes to look at the thing, and all of them have gone through trainings that they will be able to detect whether that drugs. Why is it reaching in Monrovia before we can know whether that drugs? They don't have LDEA people there. We know we do have porous. We do have porous borders that people pass through from Menicoma, from Sandia, from all the Yela and all these places. You know, they are posted there, but those people are living there on their own. They're doing their own thing. You know, where if you even go there, at those places, you give a pickup to a commander who is there. He uses the pickup for his own personal thing. His subordinates and colleagues do not have access to that pickup because he's using the pickup to carry his girlfriend from Monrovia to the place. He's using the pickup to come to Monrovia to spend weekend and all of these things. So the material shortage is because of the lack of appropriate and proper use of the resources that are available to them. So in this case, they will not easily fight drug. So now they need to come to us. I don't know how much statistics that they are taking. Somebody just asked him whether he can tell us how much drugs he has arrested from the time he took over. He should be able, when you come into this kind of position, you should be able to keep a statistics, you know, of what you are doing so that we'll be able to look for a way to help you. You know, we can help you better if you are talking to us based on statistics. Look, I went to this place. I collected this quantity of drugs that is worth this amount and all of this thing. Where are they keeping these drugs? Those drugs will remain there and they all start getting missing again, you know. Or some of them can just be Shuri. I'm not saying he's going to do it, but if he understands what I'm saying, these are things that we hear from the little people out there. These are things that we hear from the officers that they are working with. And these officers do give us information, and we ourselves observe it based on our previous experience. Don't see some of us, when we talk, we are journalists, this and that, but we have been able to put one and one together. I talked to Jyoti, I talked to this police director, we monitor your operations, and we are able to compare what the other group did and what this group is not doing, or what this group is doing proper and the other people are not doing. So on this case, I still believe that this new OIC, he's a hard-working guy. He worked hard, they moved him from this place. You know, I do understand sometimes moving up in the security can make people to become hardworking. Like this guy in Broadway today, he said, I've always asked that they empower me. He said his intelligence, that means they move him up to commander level in his little zone there. And he has been able to create his own public relation among the people. And he has been able to work in the community, that his ears are open, that he has his ears to every door. But then he wasn't able to tell us how long did he suspect that this drug has been in this place. Because those are not very big communities. They should be able to be working. You know, drug enforcement is not all about sitting at your office, you know. Because sometimes you say you are dealing with the traffickers, the dealers, the users sometimes become great victims. Because sometimes if you are just passing around in a home, all these places, when they went to the place in Broadview, they are not telling us whether they did any arrest there. Somebody, they gave a name of one person who they say owns it. What about the people who live in the house? They got more information. You know, this is what we are not doing in Liberia. So I still believe that Mr. OIC has some more information. He needs to find a way for some of these people, because these people who have not been on payroll, 1,000 names he's talking about. That's a huge number to put into LGA. Now, when we reduce the trafficking of drugs significantly in Liberia, what would be the need for all of those people? What would do the people who are there now? Let us train them. If people have been there 1,000 people, does the government have the money to employ the people? They have been working for themselves. You know, decommission them. If you have to give them something, pay them something, and let them be off the pay, let them be off the street, and they will have nothing to do. Then any attempt they go and behave and impersonate as LGA people, they must be arrested and prosecuted. But right now, you cannot have 1,000 people joining you people. Look at what you people, right now you say you people are significantly small, and you are able to do this. How much drugs you have collected in the past 1 week, if you just put together millions of Liberian dollars, thousands of US dollar drugs. And again, have a tell us, our poor people there, Mark Kema down there tells us that their children are taking tramadol and how to call it, and kush. You tell us how much kush you've arrested, how much tramadol you've arrested. Even though government has banned all of this on the Liberian market, so we consider all of these, you know, as we consider all of them as things that are not supposed to be on our market. So therefore, give us a statistics of all of these that you are collecting. Marijuana coming in this form here. Marijuana was usually grown in Bon County, Lofa County, and Nima County on a very high level where people were planting it in their farms, you know, and bringing it to Monrovia. So now when they start to compact it this way, they are not, when they compact it in this form, it is being compacted for export. It's being compacted for export to another country. So why is Liberia going to be another country that people are going to be exporting marijuana or exporting other drugs? Liberia is being used as a transit point when we start looking at it like that. And Mr. Abiago knows the people who are the top guns holding this thing together, that escorting it from the boundary or escorting it from the free port or going at sea. Because I remember in the 80s, when people were selling marijuana in places like Lokintown and Newcrewtown, they had their boats that they would go at sea to meet the people because they said marijuana was coming from places like Ghana or Sierra Leone. They would bring it by sea, by the boats. Then they take the boat to go there and collect it and bring it in. Then they act like they are like fishermen and bring it in. So why will not this, even the LGA is supposed to collaborate with the Coast Guard unit, you know, who patrol the sea, because not everybody you see on that sea is a fisherman. Some of them are bringing in contrabands, so you have to be very vigilant. But the ones that are in the town, Mr. Biago, you know those people. Let them cooperate with you. Tell them if you don't bring it, we'll make you shame. We'll shame you. Some of them are doing big jobs. Some of them are acting like the big business people on drug money. Don't be afraid.
Mr. Abu, do you think there should be even stronger punishment for, you know, drug dealers, especially the ones who bring in these substances that are always, you know, caught on camera by the LDA? Do you think the current drug law should be amended to, or even stronger punishment for drug dealers?
The stronger punishment will not be different from what is happening now. We still have strong laws, but is the investigation leading to the person being culpable for those punishments? You know, because if you just compare it to Mr. McGill case, when it becomes these people who got money or who are holding positions, they know about these drugs. So if you don't want to be disgraced, because the stronger punishment is first will disgrace you, will know that you drug person. You remember Quita, right? Was that the name, Quita?
Yeah, Quita.
Okay, Quita was there. People lost confidence in her. She was one of the top people who they came from Jerusalem in the people church, you know, they go there holy, they behaving this way. In the end, she was caught moving drugs from one point to another. I don't know whether she brought it, but she was the one head again. And again, what happened at that time? The lawyers went there, they asked LGA allowed the woman to go to hospital because she says she's sick. So in a matter of fact, they destroyed the thing. Up until today, you can't hear anything about what happened, you know. So we've had people who have had big punishments. So why can't we go back to those days? Mr. Biago, I don't think Mr. Joseph Boakai or the president wanted to just help you that because you have been working hard, or I don't know where you come from, which country, so therefore you need to be put up. That is not the reason. Do your work. You know, tomorrow, let your children grow up and say it was my daddy who did this, you know. And those people who are there, big people, they call themselves big people in Monrovia, highly placed criminals, you know. They bring in the drugs, they sell the drugs, they make their children, up until today, they make the poor people look bad because they are not able to go to they cannot send their children to those big expensive schools, you know. Their children wear all the Gucci, they wear this and that, their wives are like this and that. Can you imagine in Monrovia, we got people there who are not working and you see them in the kind of car that they ride, you know. They ride big cars. Some of them don't even have money to buy gasoline. You know, we're not talking now that side how they don't get a car. But we are saying that there are people who are big guns in that Monrovia. So, Mr. Biago, the ones that you know, the few that you know, threaten them that you're going to, if sometimes possible, you're afraid of them, sometimes bring their complaints, find a way, reach to the old man, reach to the president, or to the minister of state. Tell them these are the people who got them, but we are afraid to just disgrace them. Another person will call them. Because as soon as you came in, you say you need a police backup, you need ERU and this and that. No. Today I saw the LGA people taking the drugs from one point to another in the pickup. None of them was armed. You know, none of them was armed. All of them. One policeman armed there, the pickup is there going with all the drugs. In places like Nigeria, you wouldn't imagine where a helicopter would come from and bombard the whole place to destroy the prima facie. They would destroy it, you know, because you arrest drugs, so you just move it like that. Those are things that should be highly classified. We have those close-up vehicles that should be the one to come and pick those things up and move them. But you had the whole crowd clapping. Oh, yeah, we arrest them. Yes, I saw an old lady there crying that these are the people living in our community. They live in like big shots, riding big cars. Look at the kind of thing that coming from their house, you know. Other people were rejoicing that they are taking it from them. It is not because they are jealous that these people are living good life. It's because they are hurt. Their children are dying. Their children are going out of the way, getting crazy in the street. Anybody can fall victim of being a drug user the next day. Don't ever look at your child. You say because, oh, this is a good child. You don't try yourself. Those that use the drugs, some of them are so much in a way that they do it and they come in the house and wipe their mouth. Like people say the alley cat. But we need to do more to move these drugs from the street. So, Mr. Biago, my own thing I'm telling you about this whole drug is you have to go to your people that you know. Even when you get tip-ups, some of them no need to put it. Just tell them, I know you, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Brown, Mr. Johnson, I know you. You are doing this, you know, and you put him under the radar. You got so many officers. I think you are almost assigning every community in Monrovia. The other day, I saw you in Banga. You went to Nimba to report yourself. I had a new top gun in the place here. Anybody who bring on here will do this to you. Right behind you, the thing was in Nizo. They can't catch you in Nizo while you are away in Nimba. You know, you're a good player, Chief. You're a good player. But please, start talking from the side of your mouth. The thing you know, tell us. The people Liberian music, the Liberian people made a music. They say the thing you know about me, talk it. Talk it. The thing you know about it, talk it. That's why they pull you to the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that, Mr. Abu. And like you said, drugs coming in Liberia is a serious situation. We've heard from several other people that this drug thing is not just about common people taking it or only common people selling it. You have bigger hands that are behind it. Imagine if someone like Quita can be arrested at the airport, the Liberia International Airport that we have in Lower Margibi. It tells you that there's a lot of bigger hands in this, and if even it will cause them to give you what you need to go and get their consignment coming in Liberia, once you can deliver it safely, they will have to do it. And again, the DA needs to do more in as much as every new person that comes on will always try to seize huge quantity of drug to show to us that yeah, they took over, they're actually working. But in time, after 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you not see a lot like that. So we just hope and pray that our people that are assigned at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency should be able to work harder, should be able to work smarter, enable let's say enabling themselves in our country to be very free from drug. If you see how many young people are dying on a daily basis only because we have these substances coming in Liberia. Just right in my community, in a 2 days period, I watched two young people die only because you have somebody who bringing these substances and tells the community that they own or goma and whatever they live luxurious life or bringing these substances and sell to people in the community who chooses to take them, and they just lose their life. Do you I don't know how these guys see these things, but most of it is always on the internet. And I guess when the OIC or whoever in charge of the DA at the particular time is happening, they are always there watching the situation. They are always there following the situation and seeing how people are dying on a daily basis. Young people who we know and think to be the next, generational leader, the future leader of our country are dying because we have these substances coming in our country not the right way. It's not something that is even legal for you to accept, that, William is a tabra in government. So because I know he's bringing drugs through somebody else that needs to, hire him out, and I don't want to bring him to public ridicule. It's about the safety of the people. Government there to protect the citizens, and everything that requires protection should be done by the government. And the job of the government can be done only by the president. The president is almost like the supervisor. That's why he had a lot of people coming in to be able to handle different sectors in government. So if the president chooses you as a person to handle and head a particular sector in government, he do it because he trusts your ability and you're able to deliver in that sector. It's not about playing any board games and making people feel like, you deserve a particular position. It's not about you deserving it in as much as you may be qualified for it, but you have to work and prove to the president, and not just to the president, because the president is also being implored by the Liberian people. Make them to understand, make them to believe that drug is a serious situation. It's something that we saw a lot of people went against the former government, CDC, for, because you had a lot of different substances, different drugs coming into the country, and a lot of people started dying. And again, over the time, we've witnessed a lot of young people passing off because they use these illegal substances that are always entering our country. I don't know from which angle, from the border, the land angle, the air angle, the sea angle, everywhere just coming. Who bringing it, we don't know, but we catch it with somebody bringing it. And the president said it would catch. You see the man are looking okay to say he able to buy that huge quantity of drugs. So it tells you that they works for people out there in the community that you see very clean, but they do their dirty works on the cover. These are people that we want to see come into board. And the DA, when you have a serious-minded drug case, you should always learn to update the public as to how the case goes. The situation about drug issue is just 1 week, go to court because your situation is huge, fast, go to court, and bam, 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 bam. Before we look, and your case go on pause, and before we look, you order that situation, which is bad. Let people who are also involved in those situations be able to witness serious, investigation and final investigation about whoever that is being caught in that act. And I think if we can get that done, we will be heading somewhere in the fight against drug. But until then, we still need to do more. That's all I can say. We need to do more.
There was also something I'm thinking about. You see, the new OIC is a fine gentleman. He used to work at a police station. He worked with the police. I think that his last assignment was in Kakatama, Gibi County. I don't know. That should be the first place, because as the former policeman and commander in Brangibi County, he knows who's selling drugs there. That particular place. He covered the whole place, Rafi, everywhere. He covered it as commander. So I just feel, let his dragnet go in that place. Let the dragnet go there. And one thing that commander must do, the OIC, please connect the chain from your office down to the agent that is on the field. Have your own PR, know them personally, open your phone, let them talk to you, because there are things that they cannot talk. There are things that they will not do, but you now given a commission by the president to do this. Talk to your lower people, the agents on the field. Go to your different depots or your different stands. And you talk to them directly. They are not many. You say they're not many. Talk to them and let them have access to you. You can clear Monrovia. And I can tell you, Bill, most of these people live in their big houses and dealing with the drugs, they store them in warehouses. They tell you, oh, I got my warehouse this. The man is a businessman. Sometimes you see a container come there, you just see offloading things. The other day, somebody brought in bags of flour, and in those bags of flour were all drugs in Sino County. So somebody opens a warehouse in a community that he has, that he comes every day, he comes with one big car. He stand opening, look there. The only time they are ready to come and remove things, it is at night. They come in the night when people sleeping. People are not able to suspect. That's when they come and remove them from one area to another area. Mr. OIC, you say this man likes me. Yes, I like you, because the task you got, the task our president gave you is a big task. Changing administration 2 times, and you in the one place. Yes, in less than 6 months. Then they have put you there now. You need to do something better. They say, when you give too much will be expected of you. Create that working relationship between you and the people who are, and your workers, your agents. Let your agents know you. Have your time. I'm not your spokesman. I'm not a PR, but I can give you a free thing. Sometimes you reach today, you say, okay, I'm visiting the group in area. Where it could be in, let's say, Red Light. You visit the group. You visit the group in Red Light. You say, I'm going to have lunch with you guys today. And you guys sit down together. The 1 hour that you're going to sit down there, it's not going to make more drugs to carry in the country. Have your time, sit with them, and you give them confidence that you are there to support them, but you need them to do their work. Because if you do not support them, many of them know it and they bypass you. And at the same time, as you're giving them the assurance, you have to make sure you caution them, because like that, you can straight away break some of those networks that they are having with the people. Have your time. I don't think you have 25 or 50 different certain places in a place. In Monrovia area. Just visit them. Bring in some food. You make you cook some food. They bring it at lunchtime. You tell them, I'm coming to have lunch with you people. The commander, make sure all your men are here. They are not always on operation. They come, they spend that 1 hour with you. They sit down, they talk. You know, you understand what it's saying? Ask them, what is the problem that we are not fighting this drug? Why are we not getting the thing? Some of them will give you ideas. How can we go about it? What is it that we're supposed to do we have not done? You know, because like this group that did a raiding today in Brownsville, there is a need. Sometime tomorrow or the day after or 1 week from now, go back to them. Tell them thank you. You know, yes, you did this, but this was why you did not do well. This is why you did not do well. How can we do it better? How can we make our area safe? That's my best advice I give to you. Stop that thing, that captain, a president, at this and that. No, talk to your people. All of you have the same goal. You were not dreaming that they were going to bring you from commander in Kakata to bring you to LGA, to the highest office. Make them to have that confidence that it can be done today. Let the people work.
Yeah.
You know, District 17, we saw it there. The first thing the guy said, oh, we have more than 23. The first two pickups that went, there were more than 23 bags and cartoons. And then the officer there said, oh, we got more inside that, we got more in than the one that go out. So these are places that they use as warehouses, storages. Then you think the man is doing import and export business. Don't mind it. Don't mind the thing that they tell you they're doing import and export business. Look at the way this thing is perfectly packed, you know, compressed. This is not in Monrovia. They didn't compress this for use in Monrovia. These are for transshipment. The few get out in the street. So, Mr. OIC, please, those that you know that there are probable cause for you to inform them that you are coming out for them. Do it. So you see, when you empower some of your men, you don't have to be there. Look at that thing that happened in Brownsville today. I saw that young man there bragging. I have my intelligence. I will not tell you my intelligence. You know, I was informed, and I decided to put a place on a radar. When we came and look at what we've got, and he was very pleased with himself that he has done something good. That man needs something from you, Mr. Commander. You have to learn to love hard people. You know, get little gifts, or just praise them, let them know. You know, you tell them that you have their name in line, you know, for promotion and other things. Then you get people working more. You know, motivate your workers.
Yeah.
Go down to the agents, talk with them. You don't have to abuse them. Don't intimidate them. Don't make them to be afraid. And when you come in, everybody must stay at attention. Yeah, we understand, but you are not running an army. That's a civil security group. Make people feel at ease to work with you, Mr. OIC. If you do it that way, your fight against drugs, you will gain until we will never want you to move from there. I don't want you to move from there because I know you know how to do the work. Just in 3 weeks since you've been there, the quantity of drugs we've already recovered. What happened now if we give you all the resources that you need? Just know that the 1,000 men, we're not going to put it on payroll. Because after we finish collecting all the drugs, we finish sealing all the places, those people will have nothing to do. They will just go sit down and they will be paying it. The government also have the resources like that.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. We out of time. Let me just read a few of the comments. LeBron says, another huge narcotic substance was arrested in District 17 just this evening and was also taken to the LDA head office. We talk about that, LeBron. We talk about that. It was also part of today's, drug situation that we saw right after from the LMP later at Brockville District 17. That is Bernard's Blue Benson District, Representative Bernard's Blue Benson District. And another person says, these people, Julie Pewala said, these people, when they are caught, they should be given some of the same drugs to smoke so that they know what kids are going through. And
that's an interesting one, but unfortunately, most of the people who bring these things, they don't even do it. They don't smoke. They don't use it. They look for the money to use the money on different things. But however, the people who work in the warehouses, people who work in different places, I mean, if I just want the police director be listening to us, sometimes we give you tips on how you can make your work effective. Yeah. Another one there?
So far, so good. That's all of what we had. Serious Monday comments coming in. So, Mr. Abu, can we just try to wrap up? Let's get, your concluding statement for tonight.
Yeah, well, today I would just want to say, in case of the allegation of Brian McGill, many government offices, can you imagine the Ministry of Information said the people must not jump into conclusion to ask the police to have the man arrested? What are you expecting of the people? That's the greatest expectation. The police is not even managing the information. The first thing you would have done, arrest the man. Then you have your time to go through, announce that you have got a man in your dragnet. But the man is cooperating, he's still coming and going. This is not enough, Mr. Police Director. I think that within the next 1 to 2 hours or 2 days, please have the time to go into this case and come out. If Brian McGill, if the girl, if the allegation is unfounded, then you can let Brian McGill go. But notwithstanding, too, the Liberian community will leave. By the time you say Brian McGill not guilty, you cannot push the case. My dear police director, that will be one of the red flags for your work. People will say everything about you. I know you don't care about it, but people will say those things that every time they will make reference to it. Anytime there is another allegation of rape or abuse or harassment, I mean, it will make it difficult for you to handle it, because when you start doing these things, it makes people not to even bring their cases to the police. Then they try to compromise it. Families say they can talk it their family way, but forget to know the abuse and the emotional distress that it's going to bring on the victim for the rest of their life. That little girl was put onto social media. So Mr. Police Director, please try to end this case. Your investigation will be going on from the 15th of August. Today is the 18th of September. So it's more than 1 month already, and this case is still at the police station, even though you say it did not reach to the police station soon. Mr. Kubangalo, you are not the president. You got no right to even accept a leave of absence from a minister, especially when it involves a criminal allegation. If to say that he is sick, they know that he wouldn't be able to come to work. You can do something like that. But this man is young and nice and vibrant, and this is the case. So, Mr. Police Director, I beg you, please do not look at the affiliation of Brian McGill, Alpha Old-Timer, the Masonic Craft, and all of these things. You say that you want to treat his case as a special case. Treat that case, as the women say today, like any Joe Blow that is accused of something like that. And those who are bringing the drugs, we beg you, please. We know you want money. We know you want to be rich very quick. Our president doesn't see everywhere. But he has ministers and lieutenants who are supposed to be looking at these things and taking the appropriate action. Where they feel embarrassed, they should reach to him and he can take it. Just as how the police director keep dragging it until the president decided, well, let me suspend him here. Who knows that he has not even communicated. The president would have heard it only on social media, and he called some of the people and heard it before he decided, okay, so just suspend him, the man, because that is a betrayal of trust. And that is what President Barker is doing. In addition, a little different from what George Weah, the past administration, did. There are certain allegations that come against people. Do not wait until the investigation comes to an end. Some people are investigated in their offices now. They are still sitting there in the offices and they are investigating it. It shouldn't be like that. Those people should be off the job while they are being investigated. That job is not a job that you went, that somebody vouched for, that you took interview for, and you did. It was by the will and pleasure of President Buckeye to appoint you. He can remove you. You don't have to defend yourself to him, You defend yourself to the group that are investigating you. When they clear you, you come back. The first thing, you did not have to get involved in that. So when you come back, it's left with him. And just remember that you are not the only qualified person or the only person that Mr. Barker is interested in. He may have 10, 15 people who stand in. So when you go there, by the time you misstep, you are removed, somebody is placed there. So you go to the back of the line now. So anything happens just because you made a mistake. You had no reason for your name to even surface in such a thing, And this is what the president is doing. But those, Mr. President, we're begging you, those who are being investigated for malfeasance, misappropriation of funding, for different things, let them leave their offices. They can be in their offices and continue to work. They should leave. So I think we've covered most of the topics tonight, and I would just want to say thank you for all of our viewers there who have been there tonight. I know you may not agree with everything I said. However, I know I made sense out of whatever I was saying, and our OIC will understand. Mr. Gregory Coleman, please understand with me. Mr. McGill, please understand that's my opinion, but I think we are talking for the people, and we're saying what is expected of you people. So we want to say thank you for all of you who are here tonight, listening, viewing us. We look forward to meeting you again next week, Tuesday. And my name is Sam Abu. Mr. Brian, I call you Brian Gill. Mr. McGill, I ask you to please, you can close so we can get home. And we say good night to everybody who took their time off tonight to be with us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abu, for always being here. And again, you've said everything we need to say in the concluding statement. So we hope that justice be served and as equal as we expect it to be to every man. We hope that there should be more robust fight in the issue of drug in our country, because drug is destroying our society on a daily basis. Yeah, you know, even if you're not here, when you watch these videos of how young people are falling prey to drug abuse, you not even want to see, somebody being caught and just go scot-free from bringing in these kind of substances. So we'd like to say thanks to all of our viewers, everyone that follow Wiz TV. We'd like to say thank you tonight, and always follow us. We'll be on here Tuesday of next week and as well as Thursday of next week, 10 p.m. Liberia time and 6 p.m. at the U.S. time. Thanks so much. Do have yourself a wonderful night and a great weekend. Bye-bye.